So what does it mean to have a one lens only approach, especially when you purchase a camera with a fixed glass such as the Leica Q3, Q2 or the Sony RX1r Mark III that they just announced that a lot of people are willing to have because it has this beautiful Zeiss 35mm f2 glass paired to a 61 megapixel sensor. Let's see together. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from One Lens Only, and yes, if you know the channel for a while, I think I'm entitled to talk about fixed glass cameras. Why is that? Because for years I was more than happy with my Leica Q2, and then of course you need to be aware of certain limitations that you might incur into when you invest your money into a fixed glass camera, such as the Leica Q2, Q3 or the Sony RX1r Mark III that they just announced, and people are getting mad. They all want this camera because it has the old but gold Zeiss 35mm f2 paired to the brand new sensor, processor, stabe, AF chip, and so you have all the latest technology, not all of it, we see together, packed in a very compact body for your EDC use. EDC, it means everyday carry, so it's a camera that is always with you because with this scarce 500 grams it's very compact and lightweight but powerful. And so assuming you have good lighting conditions, because the first flaw is that 61 megapixel sensor, it suffers similarly to the A7CR when lights dim, and so you will start seeing noise very fast, very much, very soon. So but that's a limitation due to the number of megapixel in that sensor, and so if you are shooting in low light condition you'd better switch to a lower megapixel count such as my A7C Mark II, which only has 33. It's enough to crop in digitally if you need to reframe, but it's not so bad in low light conditions, despite I would love to go with a 24 megapixel for video recording purposes only. When it comes down to photography, well, a fixed glass like that, 35mm f2, it's a good walk around, it's wide enough for your streets, it's wide enough for your family parties, celebrations, whatever. It's not enough to shoot interiors. Reason why, when I had to get rid of my Leica Q2 because I had projects of shooting interiors, I had to borrow the Sony from a friend of mine who gave me a Badis 18mm, so wider glass. And reason why right now I'm using most of the time for my portrait photography the Tamron G2 28-75mm. But today, just because I wanted to show you empathy with this one lens only approach and a fixed glass in front of my camera, I am using, also because I'm on holiday and I want to travel light, my Sigma 45mm f2.8. so it's not as fast as the Zeiss on the Sony RX1r Mark III, and it's not as wide as it because that's a 35mm, this is a 45. But for a one lens only approach, what do you have to do? First, I love the fixed glass cameras because and I keep telling it for a while and I will keep telling it, once you have that set focal length, your mind starts seeing the world in frames, so you already know what will be in your frame the moment you pick on your camera. Second, and most important, once you use a camera system such as the Sony, you might have different cameras, but the UI, the menu, it's always the same, so you don't have to struggle looking for the things and the settings that you need to change in order to avoid missing the shot, because you know already what to do. So I set my quick menu in my camera, and I'm sure that with the switch from video to photo I'm never missing the momentum, right? And so with that said, you have a set focal length which is 35mm if you purchase the Sony RX1r Mark III, and you can eventually pick up for yourself if you choose an interchangeable glasses camera such as my A7C Mark II or the A7CR, which packs the same thing of the RX1R Mark III but in a cheaper body, and then you have the chance of interchangeable glasses. You have the chance of picking up whatever glass it pleases you the most. But then when you start doing it, and this is the third big plus of a fixed glass camera, the third thing is that you don't get crazy looking at new releases, new glasses, new whatever. You have your camera, it's set, you use that thing, and you forget about new releases, third-party glasses, cheapo glasses, G-Master glasses, whatever they present and they offer you. You are good because you have your fixed glass. And so 49 mil diameter in front of it, so it's quite common, especially for fixed glass cameras. Same diameter it had my Leica Q2, so just a teeny tiny set of filters such as the Gobi or Earth, the one that you can stack one on top of another, and then you have your UV and the CPL, whatever you need, you are ready to go. Maybe not for professional use, despite the capabilities in that camera are there. So if you want to use it for professional use, knowing the limitation of the battery, which is not so big, knowing the limitation of the single, maybe single, I didn't check, sorry, the single SD card for recording. Well, I used to do it for years, so for ages, and even right now in my camera I only have the one single SD card slots, but it's not a real limitation to me because shooting redundant, it's as is with your mind, you don't have to sweat it. But I never needed anything apart from one time with my Canon years ago, and it was also old technology, so I would not sweat it. But this said, guys, Sony RX1r Mark III or Sony A7CR, pluses and minuses. One is a bit smaller, the other one has interchangeable glasses, both have the same UI, the AI chip for autofocusing, phase detect. The compact one doesn't have IBIS. This is a big minus, because if you want to have your EDC, meaning one camera fits most of your needs, well, IBIS, it's a bit of a luck, I have to say, despite they compensated with digital stabe. Oh yeah, there's a tennis yard here, and then we have these beautiful maritime pine trees, and then let's move to the open air. I want to show you, I'm doing my best out of my single glass, and now it's still in standard stabe. Let me switch to dynamic active. So this is dynamic active. As you can see, walking around it's a bit smoother. I still didn't change settings. I am using my ND with the adapter. But as you can see, I am trying to make the best out of my single glass, and so I know already what the framing is going to be. Sorry, there was an ant. I know already the limitations. That's the stabe. It's not Panasonic level, but it's good enough. I know already that the battery will last a lot, because I never had issues with my battery, and I know already whatever I need. I just need one combined filter, which is a CPL and an ND together. Now I will be going a bit. Okay, there you go. See, operating a single glass camera is liberating, because you don't have the limitations that the gear imposes you when you go around with a big chunk of gear and a heavy backpack and way too many tripods, and your mic, you don't know how long it will last, and then you want to add the CPL or the ND or the whatever, guys, gear is limiting you. That's why I started this one lens only approach to photography. It's not a philosophy, of course, but you might see that it applies very well to creation. Now let me go back here. It's gonna be a tad tight on me because I have the dynamic active on. Yes, it reacquired me, as you can see, and it's so freeing because when you have photo shoots you will of course bring additional lighting with you. This is what I'm doing. I'm used to have speed lights, mods on top of it, 2 tripods, whatever you need, but the camera and the glass, just pick up the one that makes you happy and try to make the best out of it, whether it is a prime glass like in this case or a zoom glass like my 28-75 G2, which is great value for the small money that they want. So you will crop in, but I will show you with dynamic active. Well, it's a bit too tight because it's a 45mm, but I will show you how it is vlogging with the dynamic active. So even crop in that much is not helping, especially if the starting point is a 35mm. I guess that 45mm with dynamic active stabe, it's a bit too tight on my face to be interesting, but this is just to prove you that with the one lens only you need to make the best out of whatever you have, because you don't spend time changing glasses, switching settings here and there. You just have what you have. And right now, just let me go a bit brighter with the ND because otherwise it was way too dark. And yes, we are trying to make the best out of what we have, which is exactly what you're supposed to do when you buy a camera with a fixed glass, such as the Sony RX1r Mark III or the Leica Q2 or the Leica Q3 and many other glasses and many other ones. So guys, please let me know down here in the comments if you have any questions about the use of one lens only and a set camera with no interchangeable glasses, because this is what you pick. You put $5K and this is what you have. You have to make the most out of it. I did. I know how to do it. You might have to compromise here and there because photography, it's always a compromise. So with this RX1r Mark III you will have to compromise, especially on video. If you're shooting mainly stills, that's the camera for you. If you're shooting mainly stills, you can eventually crop in digitally 35, 50 or 70mm, so it's quite versatile and the battery will last longer. I have no idea whether it will overheat or not, but I think that they limited to 4K 30p just to avoid that, or 100p in full HD. Guys, I think it's a great camera. I don't know how it compares. I would still go for the Leica Q2 honestly if I had to pick up a fixed glass camera, because I love that Samilux, because the 28mm is a better starting point, just a tad wider if you need it, because 47 megapixel are a better solution than 61. It sounds a bit too specialized in my humble opinion, but I will have to take it in my hands, take it for a spin, and I will let you know how this camera feels, knowing that right now I'm coming from Sony, so probably I will have no sweat at all in operating it, and it is just a teeny tiny camera, and honestly I don't know if I can manage with my big hands, but let's see guys. Stay tuned, let me know down here in the comments if you have any questions about how to make the best out of the one lens only. And with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you, bye bye.